Hello, welcome to Buddh Astro. Today I will teach you how to see a horoscope, what to see in a horoscope, how to understand things, how to mix houses, sign and planet significations to get instant predictions. So please watch it very carefully and understand things. Let's start. Reading a horoscope is three-layer process. There are three things in all the horoscopes which are nothing but houses, signs and planets. All the horoscope have 12 houses and these houses are fixed. In all horoscope, these houses will have fixed significations and they are the same in all the horoscopes. Then second layer comes of the signs. Signs are like energy bags. When signs are put in every house of the horoscope, they provide energy to that house. What kind of energy house is getting? And then comes on the third level planets, which uses this energy of the sign and houses gives results. So there are three layers we will read in a three-step process. First we will read houses, then signs, then planets. Planets are the real entities which will give results. It is ultimately the planets, because houses are, whenever signs are placed in a house, these houses gets allotted to the planets also. That's why planets are the real drivers of the process. See, this is the basic horoscope. This Lagna will be the first house in every horoscope. Every horoscope will have 12 different houses. This house will be Lagna, ascendant or first house. This will be second house. This will be third house, and so on and so forth. So these houses are fixed, and these houses in all the horoscopes provide the same significations. They do not change. Like Lagna denotes body, personality. So in all horoscope, first house or Lagna will denote body. Similarly, second house will be the speech, money, family. So in all horoscope, second house will denote these significations clearly. Now, these houses rules fixed significations in our life, and they are the same for all the horoscopes. For an example, 12th house rules speech, savings, face, family we born, money, eyes, nose, teeth, etc. So these significations are fixed for every horoscope. Now, since houses are independent species, or we can say independent entities of a horoscope, why? They do not connect to each other by their own. They are independent. First Lagna, first house is independent itself, then second house, then third house. Similarly, all the 12 houses have their own identity and they are independent to each other. They are not dependent. So each house rules different life areas, which we call significations of the house. And this is the first step. If you understand the significations of the houses, your first step will get completed. Suppose a client comes to you and he asks about marriage, then you must understand that marriage is seen from the seventh house. So you must know the significations of the houses first, from which house things are being seen. For example, seventh house here is marriage, business. Seventh house is travel also seventh house is foreign residence. Similarly, 10th house is profession, status, father's family. By father's family, father is the 9th house, and second from 9th house is father's family. Similarly, 6th house is service, diseases, enemies, loans, debt, etc. So these significations are fixed for all the different lagnas, all the different horoscopes. So you must understand this first level, significations of the houses. Let's Now second layer comes signs. Signs are very important part of the horoscope. They make the skeleton of the horoscope, which if you understand, you can clearly uh, can make instant or stunning predictions. So signs are very important. As we know, there are 12 houses, so there are 12 zodiac signs also, like 12 different houses. These zodiac signs are also fixed. These are Aries, Taurus, Gemini, etc. These will be 12. But these zodiac signs sits differently in different horoscope. So there will be, or ultimately there will be 12 different horoscopes in which these zodiac signs will sit. So these zodiac signs will have a fixed sequence. Suppose here in the Lagna, Taurus sign is setting. So in the next house Gemini sign will come, then in the next house Cancer sign will come. Similarly, order is followed. So this is fixed. Here in the horoscope, we denote numbers by the zodiac signs. If I am saying this is 5, then it means Leo sign is there in the 4th house. This is Scorpio sign in the 7th house. Similarly, if you are talking about Pisces Lagna, then Pisces sign will be in the 1st house. That's why it is called Pisces Lagna. Now if Pisces sign is there in the Lagna, then Aries sign will fall in the 2nd house, Taurus sign will fall in the 3rd house, and sequence is followed. Now in North Indian chart, this is the diamond chart or North Indian chart, we move from west to east or anti-clockwise. Why? Because earth moves west to east. That's why in north chart we move anti-clockwise. So zodiac signs always have a fixed pattern. Fixed pattern means if Taurus is in the Lagna, then 7th from Taurus will be always the Scorpio sign. Similarly, if Gemini sign is here, then 7th from Gemini sign will be the Sagittarius. So they always comes in the couple or couplet. Similarly, Pisces sign is here, then 7th from Pisces will have always the Virgo sign. So this is the fixed. They have fixed pair. Or you don't have to understand, you don't have to write this, you just put sign continuously. Like 2 is here, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, then first sign. Now, as we know, houses cannot connect to each other. They are independent. So this connection of the houses is done by the signs first. Zodiac signs, as soon as sits in a horoscope, they connect two different houses to each other. And this is called the skeleton of the horoscope. This is very important part to predict, because blank chart prediction or skeleton of the horoscope is the main part from which we can predict instantly, or we can see things instantly. So as soon as we put zodiac signs in the houses of horoscope, houses gets connected to each other. That's why there will be 12 different horoscope having the same pattern of zodiac signs. For example, every Taurus ascendant person will have a Scorpio sign, as I already told you. In the 7th house, they comes in the couple form. So this makes the skeleton fixed. This is called the skeleton. So every Taurus Lagna pupil will have Taurus sign in the 1st house, Gemini sign in the 2nd house, energy of the Cancer sign in 3rd house, energy of the Leo sign in 4th house, energy of the Scorpio sign in the 7th house. That's why they generally suffer in the married life. Why? Because Scorpio sign natural 8th house energy is falling in the 7th house, while natural Libra sign is going in the 6th house. Sorry. So this fixed skeleton is very essential. If you can mix the signification of houses and sign here, you can see things very clearly. So you have to remember now significations of the signs also. Consider signs as the houses itself. Let's suppose we are talking about the 7th house. This is 7th house, which has the 8th Eighth means Scorpio sign. So this seventh house is having the Scorpio sign energy or energy of the Scorpio house, which is eighth house. Now, as we know, this is the skeleton or also called the blank chart. So this blank chart or skeleton is the first step to predict in a horoscope, because this is fixed for every horoscope. Like for Pisces Lagna, like this is Pisces Lagna. Then for Pisces Lagna, always Leo sign will fall in the sixth house. So this is fixed. So you can say that this person will feel like his sun is his own enemy. Sixth house is enemy, fifth house is sun. So person may feel like his own son is acting like his enemies, or he may face trouble in the childbirth. Why? Fifth house is the childbirth also. Also he may have break in the education. Why? Leo sign or natural fifth house sign is education, and it is falling in the sixth house. It is falling in the sixth house. That's why. So this is the basic part. These are the inherent yogas which form as soon as zodiac signs are put in a particular horoscope. Now, zodiac signs connect houses to each other. Some of the planets own two different zodiac signs, so these zodiac signs get automatically connected to each other, and this is called interlink theory. What is interlink theory? See, here Scorpio sign is ruled by the Mars, and Aries sign is also ruled by Mars. So now for Taurus ascendant, seventh house already get connected to the 12th house. Why? Because they both houses are owned by the Mars. They have common dispositor planets. Similarly for Pisces Lagna, this fourth house has the Gemini sign, seventh house has the Virgo sign. Both are ruled by Mercury, so fourth house and seventh house already get connected. This is the first step you have to remember, that signs as soon as put it in the horoscope, they gets connected to each other, and houses gets connected to each other through the signs. So this is called interlink theory. Now different type of connection is in a horoscope. Horoscope has houses which are fixed and independent. As soon as we put zodiac signs in there, so they connect houses, and then later planets connect houses. So first connection in the in a horoscope is made by the zodiac signs, and then second connection is made by the zodiac signs itself to each other. It means, suppose Taurus ascendant is what? Suppose Taurus ascendant 11th house as the sign of Pisces. So this house has already connected to the Jupiter. Why? Because it is the house of Jupiter. So this is first step. Now apart from this house, Jupiter also owns the 8th house and Taurus Lagna pupil. So this 8th house energy and 11th house energy is getting connected. So this person may earn very well through the occult, especially related to the spirituality or preaching of the occult science. Why? Because ninth sign of Sagittarius is the spirituality, preaching, teacher, and this is already connected to the 11th house. So this person may have income through the teaching of occult sciences. This is the inherent yoga in Taurus Lagna people. It doesn't mean that all people will have this combination. This combination, whether will be uh, eligible or not, depends on the planets. But this is the inherent yoga. So you have to understand this basic thing, and this is called interlink theory. Then third connection is made by the planets through the aspect, conjunction, and dispositive. So this is how a complete circuit forms when houses, sign, and planets, three entities gets connected to each other, and we get result of a particular house. This is how things work. Now starting off the predictions, how to predict. See, to predict on a horoscope, as I already told you, you have to understand first the skeleton of the horoscope. What is skeleton? Skeleton is the horoscope having signs only, not planets. So you have to understand the placement of different sign in different houses of the horoscope. For example, Capricorn sign is falling in the 8th house. Now mix the signification of Capricorn sign or 10th house sign significations with the 8th house and predict. So this is the base level prediction and this is the inherent yoga. Now see prediction. What will be the prediction? This person may experience transformation in his profession. Capricorn sign is profession, 8th house is transformation. So transformation in his profession. Then 8th house is the chronic issues. So this person may feel breaks or chronic issues regarding the career or profession. Also Capricorn sign is also natural Kalpurus Kundli. It is also father's family. So some chronic issues may be there in the father's family or some inheritance issues related to father's inheritance issues may be there in the father's family. Why? 8th house is inheritance also. Person may have professions related to the occult field also. Why? 8th house is occult field. Capricorn is the profession. So this is how you have to mix significations. Some inheritance issues may be there in the father's family, etc. So these are inherent yoga. And which prediction will be true, which is not, that depends on the third level when planets comes into pictures. Similarly, Scorpio in the 5th house. So prediction, what will be the prediction? Scorpio is the hidden, something secret. Scorpio is also 8th house energy, so some occult. It is in the 5th house. So person may have secret hidden affairs or he may have hidden knowledge, occult knowledge also. 5th house is education. Scorpio is break. So break in education may happen. 5th house is child. Scorpio is also 8th house energy. So persons will have difficulties getting the child or some very chronic issues may be there related to the childbirth. So this is the yogas and this is how you have to mix one single sign in a one single house shows many possibilities, trust me. But out of these predictions, which predictions will be true, that depends on the planet, which we will see later. But these are the inherent yogas. You have to understand this. Scorpio in the 5th house. 5th house is education, 5th house is child, 5th house is mantra, 5th house is power. So mix these significations of the houses with the energy of the Scorpio. Now consider Scorpio as uh, traits of the Scorpio like Mars also and traits of Scorpio like 8th house also. So this is how you can mix significations and can make a list of these prediction can be happen. Now suppose Leo ascendant is there. Leo is ruled by the sun. So this house already has been connected to the sun. Why? Because Leo sign is falling here. Now 7th house is called Aquarius sign. So Saturn has been connected to the 7th house. Now remember always this house and this house already connected to each other. Why? Because this house is also ruled by the Saturn. So a result of these two houses will be delivered by the Saturn. That's why you have to remember that 6th house and 7th house energy is already connected in the chart. Now Aquarius sign is falling in the 7th house. So this person may gain from marriage or marital contract, or he may have business related to marital contract, or he may have love marriage also. Why? Because this sign is also ruled by the Rahu. Why? Because this sign is ruled by Rahu also, and Rahu is foreigners. That's why most of the Leo ascendant people try to get a love marriage. I have seen several charts regarding Leo ascendant. The people think that they are born to have a love marriage or marriage to a foreign person or different than their own cultures. It doesn't mean that always in foreign, but with a different caste and culture. I have like 10 pupils I know who are Leo ascendant and they get married to the different person, different caste, culture, creed and etc. because Rahu effect will be always there in the 7th house. So this person's wife may also have issues regarding her reproductive organs like ovaries and etc., menstrual cycle etc., because 7th house is wife also. This house is already connected to the 6th house. So these are the inherent yogas. Similarly, this house is the 8th house having the natural Pisces sign, and this is connected to the 5th house having the sign of Sagittarius. These both houses are ruled by the Jupiter. So Leo Lagna pupils per, if she is a female and Leo Lagna, then she will experience at least one miscarriage in his life. At least one there will be miscarriage. Why? Because naturally the 5th house has been connected to the 8th house energy. This thing you understand, you can predict very quickly, or you can see things. Now, if Jupiter is also afflicted, then we can clearly say that you have some miscarriages before the actual childbirth. Why? Because Jupiter is also the Karaka of children, as well as Jupiter is the Lord of the 5th house. And Jupiter also is carrying the energy of the 8th house also. So, understand? That's why. So these are the inherent yogas. You can predict on and on and on. There are several significations of houses and planets. So you have to mix very judiciously so that you can come on a conclusion. Don't go random. Now here you can see that this house, Scorpio energy is in the 4th house, and natural 4th house is also falling in the 12th house of past life. So this person's pending karma, will be related to the 4th house significations, and you can clearly see that 8th house or energy of the Scorpio sign is placed in the 4th house. So he will experience regard chronic problems regarding home, family life, domestic life, lands and property, etc. This is how you can see things. Now, as we have already understood these things, these are the inherent yogas. Let's see. First, person will have to struggle for a job. He may change job, he may go for father's business. Why? Because 6th house has the natural sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is profession, 6th house is hard struggle, hard labor, 6th house is break, 6th house is service. So this person, 6th house is change. So this person may change at least 2 jobs, or he may go for the father's business as a profession. Similarly, this person will have pending desires for name, fame, status, etc. Why? Capricorn sign is name, fame, status also, and it is falling in the sign of, it is falling in the 6th house. 6th house is pending desire, 6th house is pending karma also. That's why this person will have a strong desire to achieve high status. This is the inherent yoga for the Leo Lagna people. Native may have issued regarding inheritance and the property in his family, and it can disturb his domestic life. Why? As I already told you, Scorpio sign is falling in the 4th house, and natural 4th house sign is falling in the 12th house. 12th house is past life, so maybe he has left something unfinished. 12th house shows left something unfinished. So some karma regarding 4th house significations left pending, and that's why in this life he will suffer regarding that. Now, person may involve traveling in his profession, or profession may involve some communication or preaching. Why? Because 10th house has the sign of Taurus. Taurus is speech. Also, this Taurus is already connected to the 3rd house. Why? Because Libra sign and Taurus sign both are ruled by the Venus. 3rd house is traveling. So person may involve traveling in his profession, or sibling may affect his profession, either good or bad. Also, 3rd house is speech, communication, traveling. So speech, and 10th house is profession. So person may use speech in the profession. It means he may have profession related to the preaching, teacher, or he may have some business Seventh, Libra sign is also business, communication business. So he may be involved some communication business which involve very much money. Why? Taurus sign is money. So money sign is falling and it is already connected to the third house. That's why person may involve traveling in his profession. Profession may involve some communication or preaching, etc. See, Taurus ascendant. Let's see inherent yogas for Taurus ascendant. Scorpio sign in the seventh house of marriage. So this person may feel like his spouse is very karmic, or marriage will be very karmic. Some karmic event will happen around the marriage or in the marriage. Why? Because Scorpio sign is falling in the seventh house, or naturally the seventh sign or Libra sign is falling in the sixth house. This person may also have big loss. Why? Scorpio sign is the sign of big loss. Seventh house is business. So person may have big loss in his business, or he may get cheated by his own relatives, especially in-laws, in the business partnership. Seventh house is business partnership. Sign of a Scorpio denotes in-laws, and it is already connected to the 12th house. So loss or cheating. Mars is also karaka of theft, cheating. And this Scorpio sign co-lord is also Ketu. So some breaks may happen in the business. Person may have break in marriage also, and may have extramarital affairs also. But extramarital affair, why? Because it is natural. Scorpio sign energy is falling in the seventh house. So, and it can become the cause of the break of marriage. So you can counsel the client that this is happening in your chart, but which prediction out of these will come true depends on the planets later on. But this is the inherent yogas. They generally may go for extramarital affair if Lagna Lord is afflicted or seventh house is afflicted. Also, person may have multiple businesses, at least 2 or 3, may invest money or 2 3 business at the same time. Now you tell me how I predicted this. Person may have multiple businesses, at least 2 or 3, or may invest money in 2 or 3 businesses at the same time. How I predicted this? Now comes the planet. After the basic skeleton of a horoscope, when planets are put in a horoscope, they further connect different houses to the different or to. So planets are the real drivers. They connect several houses by their placement, by their aspect, by their conjunctions, and they produce the result of the horoscope. Suppose we are talking about the seventh house here. This is the Capricorn ascendant. Why? Because Capricorn sign falling in the Lagna. Then Aquarius sign in the second house, Pisces sign in the 12th house, etc. Now, seventh house has sign of Cancer. Rahu and Mars is sitting there. Now, Mars is the lord of the fourth house as well as the 11th house. So these two houses are already connected, and Mars is sitting here. So Mars connecting this house, fourth house, this house, 11th house, and this seventh house to each other. Apart from this, it is aspecting 10th house by the fourth aspect. Mars has the fourth aspect also. So Mars is aspecting 10th house. Now Mars has connected to the 10th house also. Similarly, Mars aspecting Lagna. All planets have the 7th aspect. So Mars has been connected to Lagna also now. And Mars has the 8th aspect also. So 8th aspect will fall in the second house. Now Mars has been connected to the second house also. Now see, a single planet in a horoscope has been connected to the 5 houses. This house 4th house, this house 11th house 2, 7th house 3, 10th house 4, 5 Lagna, and 6th second house. These 6th houses has been connected only by the placement of Mars. That's how same horoscope of two persons have very different uh, significations, very different result, very different uh, karmic events. in the person's life. Now, what predictions we can make here? We can say that person may do business related to land and property. Why? Because fourth Lord Mars, also the Karaka of land and property, sitting in the seventh house, sign of business, and sign is Cancer, normal, natural Cancer sign, which also denoting some home activity or some land and property. Also, he may go business partnership with the family members. Why? Cancer sign or fourth house also denotes relatives, family relatives, and he will have more gains also through this. Why? Because Mars is the 11th lord of gain, sitting in the 7th house of business partnership. But he may incur some sudden loss also, or some cheating may also happen. Why? Rahu is the karaka of cheating. Mars is natural 8th lord also, so he may incur some sudden loss also. Absence, you can see that this Mars is debilitated, but debilitation is getting cancelled because dispositor of Mars is Moon, getting exalted in the Trikon. That's how you can see things. Now, if we talk about different lagnas in a horoscope, trust me, there are at least 10 types of lagnas in a horoscope, which we generally don't use. We use only 3 or 4. We use main lagna, then Chandra lagna, Surya lagna, Arudha lagna, and Paka lagna. Apart from that, there are different lagnas like Hora lagna, Ghatika lagna, Pranpada lagna, Varnata lagna, etc. You have heard it, but people don't use it. But these lagnas are also very important. Like Pranpada lagna is used to correct the horoscope, used in birth time rectification. Also, Varnada lagna is used for determining the longevity of the person. Hora lagna is used to determine wealth, how much wealth person will get. So when a house is analyzed in a horoscope, we will analyze it first from the main lagna, then we can analyze it from the Chandra lagna. But how I do it? I also use Arudha lagna analyze of a horoscope. What is Paka lagna? Paka lagna is wherever the lagna lord sits in a house, that house can be also considered as the lagna, and it is called Paka lagna. For example, here the lagna is Capricorn and Saturn is sitting in the 9th house, sign of Virgo. So this house can be also considered as the lagna, where lagna lord is sitting. So you can also make 9th house as lagna, and then you can see horoscope from this house. That is called Paka lagna. So now there are two things. When we see promise of any event in a horoscope, we consider two category of the planets: natural benefic planet and natural malefic planet. We don't consider lagna lord as malefic, whether it is malefic or benefic. For example, in this horoscope, Saturn is generally malefic, but it is lagna lord now, so it will not be considered malefic. So when we see promise in a chart, suppose we have to promise 7th house, then Mars and Rahu both are malefic, sitting in the 7th house, and 7th lord sitting here. So natural benefic and natural malefic we will see when we have to see promise. Now here you can see 5th house has the sign of Taurus and moon is sitting there. Apart from that, Pranpad lagna and Arud lagna is there. Left it, just see moon. And 5th lord is Venus, sitting in the 10th house, aspected by the Mars. So Mars is malefic, so it may cause some issues in the childbirth. This is how we can see. Now here also, if we see Karaka, then Jupiter is sitting in the sign of Virgo with Mercury. Sun is the 8th lord, sitting with the Saturn. Lagna Lord also. Now here Saturn will not be considered malefic. Why? Because it is Lagna Lord. Lagna Lord cannot become malefic. But Jupiter is already sitting with the 8th Lord Sun, and Sun and Saturn, they both are enemies. Then Mercury is also getting pitched, and this Mercury also owns the 6th house. So Jupiter is also kind of afflicted. So we can say that this person will have problem related to childbirth. This is how we can instantly see things. Now, when we interpret dasa or timing of event, we include functional category of the planets also based on their lordship in a horoscope. For example, here if you can see, this Mercury is ninth lord also, and this Mercury is sixth lord also. But ninth house is more powerful than the sixth house. So this Mercury will be considered functional benefic. Although it is owning sixth house, which is a malefic house, but when dasa result will be seen, this Mercury will give result of functional benefic. So it will give result of the ninth house. Also it will give result of the sixth house, but it is more potent than the sixth house. Why? It is already sitting in the ninth house, already sitting in the sign of Virgo, which is its mool trikon as well as exalted sign. Now see, promise of an event we can see. Now there are three things when we see promise of any event: concerned house, concerned house lord, and concerned karaka planet. See benefit connection to these three factors and say promise is there. Now according to different lordships and different lagnas, planets also assume the role of functional benefic and functional malefic, which I have already told you in this example, where Mercury owning the 6th house and 9th house, it will be functional benefic. Why? 9th house is more potent than 6th house. Although it will give result of the both houses, but 9th house result will be more prominent, or it will be more beneficial. Why? Because it is the 9th house of fortune. So this is how we can see functional malefic or benefic. Now as we have seen childbirth, so fifth house first. Fifth house has moon, natural benefic planet. Also it is in the exalted sign. Also this is aspected by this Jupiter by the ninth aspect. So fifth house has beneficity. Now fifth lord Venus. Venus is sitting in its mool trikon sign, Libra sign, its own sign. Although it is being aspected by the Mars, but still it is in own sign. So it has some strength. Now Karaka is also afflicted, but it is sitting with the Lagna Lord. So Lagna Lord will give strength to the Jupiter also. Also, Mercury and Saturn both are friend, and Mercury is ninth Lord. Jupiter is natural ninth Lord. So it has some beneficity regarding fifth house. So person, although person may experience problems regarding children, but he will have children. There is a promise. So this is how concerned house lord and karaka is seen. Suppose Libra Lagna is there. So Jupiter is natural benefic, but for Libra Lagna, Jupiter becomes functional malefic. Why? Because for Libra Lagna, third house will have Sagittarius sign and sixth house will have Pisces sign. So third house and sixth house both are malefic in the nature. That's why Jupiter, although it is natural benefic, but in the dasa periods or naturally, it will behave like a functional malefic. So it will give result functional malefic as well as functional as well as natural benefic. Suppose this is the Capricorn ascendant. Jupiter will be here functional malefic. Why? Because Jupiter owns the third house as well as the 12th house. 12th house is generally considered neutral. So third house lord, because of the third house lord, it becomes functional malefic. Now as I have already told you that fifth house has sign of Taurus, having moon, exalted sign, also the Lord Venus sitting here in the own sign, also mool trikona sign. and Jupiter sitting in the ninth house, aspecting this fifth house. So Karaka Jupiter sitting in the ninth house, aspecting fifth house of children. That's why whatever the house represent a horoscope, remember this thing, whatever the house represents in a horoscope, the same significations or same things will be represented by the planets. Here fifth house has sign of Taurus, so fifth house has children, respect, status and education. Same thing will be represented by this Venus which is sitting here. So this person will strive for status and he will achieve status. Why? Because fifth lord is going in the Kendra, highest Kendra, 10th house and the own sign. Since Venus is aspected by the Mars and Karaka Jupiter sitting with the 8th lord, so this person may face miscarriage issues at least once. Yes, miscarriage may be there at least once. Sign is Virgo is already there. Also Mercury owns the 6th. Mercury is also the 9th lord, so promise will be there, but because Jupiter is functional malefic, it will at least behave once functional malefic, and that's why person may face miscarriage. So thank you. This is how we can read a horoscope. Please comment in the comment section what you liked and what are the things you did not like, or what are the things I should improve to make you understand things in a better way. So please tell me, like and comment, so that it actually will motivate me. Next time I will show you how to use significations of the planets for different purposes. Let's have a sneak peek. See, suppose this is the color code of the planet. So Mercury is the green color, Venus is the variegated color. Now this thing is used to identify article on the things, and these are used in the remedies for donating or color of the atoms. Suppose you are having afflicted Jupiter, Jupiter is the yellow color, Jupiter is sweet, तो आप येलो कलर की मिठाई बांट सकते हो. You can distribute yellow color sweets, or you can use Jupiter's fruits also, so you can use yellow color fruits also. Now Venus denotes cloth, Venus is the variegated color. So if Venus aspect fourth house, because fourth house also denotes cloth, if Venus aspect fourth house, Venus is setting with the fourth house lord or with the moon, so person may will wear, or person may like wearing multicolor shirt or variegated color shirt. Venus is white also, so person may go for white shirt also. This is how we can use it. These are the significations. Suppose Venus sits in the Mercury sign, so Mercury persons likes to wear multicolor cloth. Now next, planet rulers. Sun ruler Agni, Mercury Vishnu, Mars Kartika, etc. Suppose Mars is affected in your chart, then to pacify the negative energy of the Mars, we can pray to the Lord Kartikeya. Similarly, if Saturn is getting afflicted or Saturn is giving us problem, then go to Brahma temple. Visiting Brahma temple will be beneficial for the native. So this is how we can use the significations of the planets for different purposes. This is the directions. Sun is the east, Mercury is north, Jupiter northeast. These directions are used generally in the Vastu, but for other purposes also. Suppose your Venus is affected. So if your Venus is affected in your chart, then in your house or in the room you are living, southeast direction will have affliction. So this direction must be affliction free to make your Venus good. This is how we used directions. Also in the Vastu, apart from Vastu, suppose Venus is your ninth lord, so your fortune may arise when you travel southeast direction. Suppose your Venus is the seventh lord, so seventh lord of business, and Venus is your Yogaraka planet. Suppose Venus is Yogaraka planet, or suppose Venus is the ninth lord sitting in the seventh house of business, So doing business in the southeast direction will give you much money. Why? Venus is karak of money also, and Venus is karak of business also. So that's how, this is how we can use directions of the planet. Suppose Saturn is the Yogaraka planet. For Libra ascendant, it is generally Yogaraka. So traveling to the west directions or doing a business related to the Saturn's article in the west direction will be beneficial. Suppose selling of steel items or iron items. That's that's how we can use. These are the body parts. जैसे suppose Mars is Mercury is speech, Mars is action, power, muscles, etc. Jupiter is liver. Suppose Venus is afflicted in your chart, then person's wife may have gynec issue or may have dhatu problem. Dhatu means reproductive parts problem. Saturn is nerve. If Saturn is afflicted apart from the house and house lord, then nerves issue will be there. Generally, Saturn Mercury combination cause very intense nerves problem or nervous system problem. Suppose Mars is affected in a chart, then person may feel fatigue in muscles also. Suppose Aries Lagna people is there, so Mars will be the first house lord. So, or and if Mars is afflicted, then person may feel fatigue in the muscles. This is how we can use significations of these different planets. This is the planetary kingdom. This is the element. Suppose a person is having problem in the ear. So if Jupiter is afflicted, person will experience uh, much negative effect related to the sound. Why? Because Jupiter is the sky element or Jupiter rules the sound element. Saturn is the air element also. So this is the basic. Similarly, as I said, these are the body elements. Suppose Mercury is skin. Suppose Mercury is affected in the chart and house of skin is first house. Body, overall body is first house. You can take on second house also. So if second house or first house is affected, apart from the Mercury, person may experience skin related issues. So this is how we can use them. But this will be the part of the second.